Let's be honest, we don't know anything about our elected officials. They're hidden behind curated social media profiles and press releases to the point that they often seem barely human. We're here to break down those barriers and get under the hood of their real character. Our guest today is the hero of Westfield, Mayor Shelley Brindle. This is Politically Driven.
Well, actually, how do you define that rivalry from being Scotch Plains? What do you think?
Let me put it this way. It always drove me insane that the Scotch Plains Fanwood High School is located on Westfield Road.
Oh my gosh, I never even thought about that.
Crazy.
That's hilarious.
And Westfield has its own Scotch Plains Road.
Yeah.
And I always finding that we're...
Scotch Plains,
I don't know Scotch Plains Avenue. Avenue, yeah.
Right.
You guys have a Scotch Plains Avenue. We have a Westfield... Actually, we have a Westfield Road and Westfield Ave.
That is so funny.
And that always drove me nuts. And that was something that I remember thinking about when I was very young, was why is our school on this on the street name after our rival? So what were you doing then before you became the mayor recently,
yes.
this past year?
Yes.
Last year, I should say. I guess I should say. What were you doing before then?
Well, I worked at HBO for 27 years.
Okay.
And 23 of those years were in the city at 42nd and 6th.
Okay.
So I moved here from Philadelphia in 1989. When my job took me from Philadelphia to New York, and that was with HBO.
Okay.
So I had the pleasure of commuting into the city that long, and so getting a one-seat ride for Westfield residents in the Maryland Valley Line is like the number one priority for me. Well, I had, and I was always on the business side.
What was your title?
So my title is Executive Vice President of Domestic Distribution and Marketing, and I was overseeing our U.S. business. Okay. So I was responsible for doing all of our national distribution and carriage deals with the likes of Comcast and AT&T and Apple and Google and all those. And really the last 3 years was really focused on driving our digital transformation. So basically getting HBO from your TV to your smartphone.
Sure, okay.
And so
you're the one responsible for HBO Go or HBO Now?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yep, that was. And so after HBO Now launched, I said, you know what? I think I pretty much accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. And I feel very passionately about driving cultures of growth and innovation, which are really people-driven cultures. Yeah. And so I wanted to take all that experience that I had in the private sector and apply it to public good. Sure. Yeah, that's my house, that blue house right there.
That one right there?
Yeah.
It's a good-looking house.
Built in 1906.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it has more charm than you know what to do with.
Well, when did you move in there?
Yeah.
Because you said I remember you saying you lived.
So we're on the south side for a while in an apartment because I thought, all right, I'll commute in the city. I was working. I was like, okay, we'll probably be here like 5 years. Mm-hmm. And then so we rented, and then I don't know. Westfield is the kind of place that once you keep going straight, then you'll take a right up there.
Okay.
And my neighbor Tara, and Westfield is that kind of place. So I had my first child when we were renting an apartment. I don't know, once you have kids here, you really feel wedded to the community. It just is that kind of place. So once we had my daughter, we got kind of, I don't know, you just feel very committed. And then I was like, I think we're going to be here for a while.
We started doing something on the show where I we'll ask you to. I'll play a song, and we have to see how quickly you can name that song.
Okay.
But for you, we decided instead of doing regular songs, I'm going to give you HBO theme songs.
Oh no!
And I want to see how quickly you can get these.
That is hilarious. Okay, because it's been a while, you know. It's been 2 years.
And some of these are going to be easy, but some may not be.
I already know that the easy one's going to be.
You think so?
You're going to start off with the easy one, right?
No, not necessarily. No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
All right.
Let's see. Let's start with this one. Oh man.
It's not. Initially I was going to say True Blood. What's that one?
I'll give you a little bit of a pass on this one.
Which was that?
That's The Wire. I'll give you a little bit of a pass because they did change slightly each
Best
season.
show ever.
But you don't know the theme.
Best show ever. Shame on me. Exactly.
Okay, let's try a second one.
I should have known that one. I'm gonna like flunk this.
You're 0 for 2 right now. This one is not fair. To be fair, it's not it's an older one. Sound familiar at all?
It does. It's in my brain. Which one is it?
This is Band of Brothers.
Oh, Oh.
So,
I would not. I would never remember that.
Really?
One.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that show. Sorry.
Okay. You better get this one.
Oh, I know which one. I'm flunking this one.
You about to go over 3?
Yeah. Wait. I thought for sure you were gonna play Game of Thrones initially.
No.
It's easy.
You don't know this one? You weren't watching TV last night?
Westworld.
There we go, Westworld.
Oh my God. No, I didn't watch it last night. I'm watching it tonight with my daughter. Did you watch it last
I did.
night? How
It's
was it?
Incredible.
I have to watch I gotta get. I just gotta redo the recap because I gotta remember. Was it great last night?
They did
It's now the.
This is the second. The
yeah,
first
I know.
episode of the second season.
Yeah, but what's the theme this season? Aren't they doing like the?
No, it's just so it's the same theme song that they used for it.
No, but aren't they? It's like they're not in the world of cowboys anymore.
Oh, you mean all using the other worlds?
Yeah. What world were they in last night?
They start off in the same one.
They do.
But I think the next one's gonna start expanding to the other ones.
Yeah,
the next
it was
episode.
Good. Oh yeah, my kids are obsessed with that.
Okay, so you're over 3 right now. Okay, let's try this next one. Shelley.
Wait. That's not True Blood.
No.
Which one is that?
This is Boardwalk Empire.
Oh my God! Of course it is. See, all these are in my head. I can't place them. This is terrible. You can't play this on the show because I'm gonna. Exactly.
Let's try. We're gonna do 2 more. No.
It's very weird hearing these songs out of context.
I would have thought someone in your position, they would like test a million of these different things for you.
No,
and
I
you
was
get
on the business side. I didn't know. They just told me after the fact. Which one was that?
That was Veep.
Oh, I should know. You should see what they gave me for my HBO sent me. I don't have the courage to put it in my office. They sent me the artwork from Veep, which is
really?
her face was on Mount Rushmore with this. They put my face on it.
Really?
And they did the whole.
Oh, you should put that in
And
there.
they made it mayor and the whole.
Oh, that's amazing.
Kind of funny.
Let's try another one.
All right.
If you get this one, I'll actually be shocked. Should be the hardest one.
You didn't play Sex and the City, True Blood,
Nope.
Game of Thrones. Those are all the ones I like. Are iconic.
Let's try this one.
Is that Girls?
No. I don't expect you to get this one.
Yeah. Wait.
I'll get to the words.
I need a dollar is what
No.
I need.
Is this Ballers?
No. Although somewhat close. You know,
Yeah.
it's How to Make It in America.
Oh, well,
Which
that
it
show
was on for one
that
season.
was on one season.
Although that was one of my
You
favorites.
love that show?
I love that show, and
You
I was
did?
I was
You
so
probably liked.
I was the only one that was watching
Wait,
it,
I'm
which
trying
is
to think. What was the other? I'm trying to think. As How to Make America was paired with.
probably like Entourage or something.
No, it was that Bored to Death.
I never saw that.
That's what I was like. Those two were paired together.
Okay.
Exactly. See, you didn't play any of the iconic ones. True Blood,
Boardwalk Empire, Westworld,
Westworld,
Veep. I mean,
Sex and the City, True Blood, Game of Thrones.
I was thinking about Game of Thrones. I was thinking about. I'm gonna flip around. And go
That's
back.
it.
I was thinking about Game of Thrones and Sopranos, but I figured those would be too easy. But you went over
I did.
6 or whatever
Don't
was
tell
there.
anybody at HBO that. Exactly. I didn't pay attention.
So I actually gave you more than normally I just do three of them.
Right.
I gave you more because I figured,
did.
she'll get these instantly.
No,
It'll
didn't.
only take a second, and oh man, I can't believe
I will
that.
tell you the one thing that was very it's so interesting. So when you were at HBO, you know, you had to watch all the shows, but the problem for me was like so many of us, I was like a working mom with 3 kids.
Yeah.
So the idea that you could actually
And those shows are not appropriate to
well, no, exactly. I wasn't watching when my kids were there, and then the idea that I could actually watch every show was like impossible. So we would pick our few, and then we would get the very like detailed synopsis of what each of them were. So then at least if we could
That way you could fake it.
fake it sometimes.
Yes, they didn't include the theme song in the package there.
No.
So we're going to be coming up in a second on the Westville Community Center.
Yes.
And it was there that I knew that you guys were going to win.
Really?
I tell this to everyone.
Wait, what was that?
Why
were we there?
It was the weekend before the election.
Yeah.
I think it was the Sunday before.
Yeah.
And it was for, I don't even remember what event. I think it was just an open house at the Martin Luther King Association at Westfield.
It was an open house,
right? Yeah, the MLK Association in Westfield was just having its open house. And you and all the other Democratic candidates were there.
Yeah.
And I think Andy, the former mayor, and I think they may have had one other person there.
The police chief, I think, was there.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember seeing all of you sitting there talking to everyone, and I remember thinking they're going to win it because they clearly want this more. Because they were all here, they were all working their hearts out.
Yeah.
And there were a million other things you could have been doing on the Sunday, whatever it was, before Election Day.
Right.
And I remember being so impressed that you guys were all there.
Really.
So we're about to put a new playground in there.
Yeah?
A whole new adaptive needs playground.
So Mindawaskin is celebrating its 100th anniversary this summer.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So we're going to have a big celebration. We're going to be putting a big new playground and like fixing up the pathways and that kind of stuff. So it's going to be really nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I gotta mention, is this, I don't know if you know this, I imagine this is the most popular park in Westfield.
It depends.
Just because of how close it is to downtown.
Well, it depends on how you define popular. It's popular in terms of when you think of parks in Westfield, you think of Mindawaskin, but it's what they call more of a passive park. You know, you kind of look at it and it's pretty. So something like, I would say Tamaulipas is probably more more like kind of the central park, if you will, in terms of just activity.
Right,
and
they have the sports leagues.
Use, exactly. And then I will tell you, I don't know if you know even Brightwood Park. Are you familiar with Brightwood Park?
I don't think so.
It's so funny. A lot of Westfield residents are familiar with Brightwood Park. It's up like really almost towards the far end of Prospect, and it's just this huge wooded place with like a little like small lake pond in there, if you will. It's kind of I call it like a hidden gem of Westfield. Like nobody knows about it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Tamaulipas Field is kind of our public park, if you will. You can see there's like people like they're walking, biking, strolling, and using strollers and that kind of stuff. I walk when I
love that you guys have the half for cars, half for people. Yeah.
And I used to live near here, and when my first daughter was born, I came here. We walked, and I like as an infant, I walked this park. So our town desperately needs turf fields, and because we haven't expanded our field capacity in.
Does the high school have turf fields?
The high school, we have one turf field, Kaler Stadium, which is actually, and that's not a town field, that's a Board of Ed field. Okay. And then we do have Sid Fay and Houlihan, if you know where those are.
That's by the train tracks.
Yes, exactly. So their plan was, and their hope was, to potentially put lighted turf fields in Tamaulipas. Okay. And I just want to see, before we move forward, I just wanted to take a pause and make sure that we've explored every single other option.
Like where the fields could be?
Where the fields could be. Okay.
And there is a lot of space around here. I'm just looking around here.
And some of it.
I don't know who owns this land.
We own all this property. Okay. This is all town property. But you want to save, like, people walk. I was here yesterday walking dogs, and there's a beautiful creek. You know, there's something beautiful about the woods. But
I think there are grills over here. I remember going there when I was a kid. I remember my uncle bringing us out here for a barbecue.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we'll get turf fields. It's just a matter of how and where.
Where, right.
By the way, this is Fairview Cemetery over here, celebrating 100 years.
Oh, really?
I'll be speaking there on Sunday.
What, you guys create everything 100 years ago?
It does seem like a lot happened there, right?
Yeah.
So they're having a thing on Sunday, like as commemoration, if you will. They're going to have like stage Bugsy, Fairview.
Okay.
I said 100 years. I'm
150
sorry.
years. Okay, so you guys only do things in 50-year increments. Okay.
150 years. Yeah.
So this is the year then. What do you guys are going to be?
Actually, Westfield, the big one is going to be in 2020. Westfield was settled in 1720. Okay. So we're actually going to have our 300-year anniversary.
Oh wow.
In 2020. So
I got to flip around here.
Yeah. So we'll have lots to be celebrating. So that'll be a big deal.
300 years.
300 years, right?
What is that? Do you know how that compares to the other towns around here?
No, but I should know that, right? Well, I have to say, it has to be. It's definitely one of the early ones because, Westfield was founded because it was the West Fields. It was the West Fields of Elizabeth. Elizabeth was the seat at the time. So, So.
Well, it's funny. So my fiance and I are looking for houses right now. We're looking to buy and we were looking in Springfield, and our realtor said to us, you know, we have to be careful. There's a lot of places here that are in flood zones. We said, what do you mean? He goes, well, it's called Springfield for a reason.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I know Cranford has the flood zones.
Yeah, flood zones. Yeah, they have them for the Broadway River, and it extends, I think, all the way through Springfield. And I remember when he said that, and now when you say that, they were not very clever when they came up with these names.
That's exactly.
This is the Westfield.
This is the Westfield. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Springfield. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.